the chairman of KICD, the director, the chairman of the publishers, the chief executive officers who are present here, the minister of issues, and all of us, wangwana from the media, good morning. Thank you. It gives me great pleasure to preside over this occasion of the launch of the distribution of the grade 7 curriculum designs and the textbooks to Kenyan public schools countrywide, ahead of the reporting of the cohort of the junior secondary school runners on Monday, 30th January 2023. The start of the distribution of the grade 7 textbooks that will cost the government of Kenya a total of 3,164,365,856 follows the completion of the assessment exercise of all primary schools to ascertain their readiness to host the junior secondary school runners, with the books expected in all schools that have been found suitable to admit grade 7 learners. The government is now proud to launch the distribution exercise, which is expected to be completed next week. And I require to make it clear that the number of primary schools which will be hosting junior secondary schools, according to our assessment, are now over 20,000, and we'll be giving you the specific number, and those who have not qualified are actually very few, because our major criteria was on the enrollment, the numbers that we have as they transition, and there are others few that will serve as feeder schools to those that will be offering junior secondary school. This is testimony that the government is committed to ensure that all grade 7 learners have adequate teaching materials as directed by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto. I must emphasize that the Ministry of Education has consistently distributed CPC textbooks for runners in grade 1 to 6 annually to ensure the policy of one book for one learner in every subject is met. The ministry is determined to sustain this tradition of effective and efficient textbook tradition to all our junior and senior secondary school leavers, as we seek to ensure quality teaching and learning that allows all our learners to complete their basic education as provided for in our Constitution. Ladies and gentlemen, I now urge all parents and guardians of grade 7 to ensure that their children report to schools on Monday to start off their next level of learning promptly. As you are aware, the ministry has released comprehensive interim guidelines to all schools and our field officers to guarantee a smooth start of the junior secondary school education learning. The ministry has also sent out a circular that provides the context of implementing the guidelines. All the meticulous steps of rolling out the CPC attest to the government's commitment to provide accessible, quality, and relevant education and training to its citizens through credible academic reforms. This is in line with the various policies on education and training. The curriculum reforms are being undertaken within the national registration framework as informed by Article 53 of the Constitution, which recognizes free and compulsory basic education as a right of every child. The approval of the grade 7 materials was achieved through a rigorous evaluation process by the KICD that involved many and several stakeholders. The evaluation of the textbooks was carried out by the KICD in April 2022. Apart from the list of the books that have been procured by the government of Kenya, several titles have been approved for each learning area to provide a variety for the learning institutions. This will serve as additional reference materials for use in and out of school. These titles are listed in the Orange Book, which is the official reference point of all books that the KICD has approved for use in schools. I wish to reiterate that each of the learners at grade 7 in the Kenyan public schools will be issued a textbook in each of the core learning areas at the junior secondary school and the optional subjects that they will choose. As I said, we are today launching the distribution of a total of 17,893,270 copies of runners' books and 423,514 copies of the teacher's guide for grade 7. The distribution schedule will run between 30th January and the 17th February, and it targets all the schools that have been identified to host the junior secondary school after the conclusion of the recent assessment by the ministry.
Na nafikiri umeweza kumsikia hapo Waziri Ezekiel Machogu akisema kwamba vitabu vipo. Ndugu zetu wa grade 7 watakuwa wanapata vitabu, kila mtu textbook moja kwa masomo ambayo yako hapo ndani, ikiwa pia vile vitabu vya mwongozo kwa walimu. Kopi takriban 423,514 zipo tayari kuwasaidia walimu. Na pia vile akisema kwamba vitabu vitaanza kusambazwa mashuleni ikiwa gharama yake ni takriban shilingi bilioni 3, akisema akiwashauri na akiwasihi wazazi wakisha watoto wao wameenda shule kufikia Jumatatu ili wakapate masomo ya grade 7. Nafikiria na mengine mengi tunayafuatilia kwa karibu, tutakuletea katika